On the last episode, stuff happened. If you want to know what stuff happened, go and watch it.
Bling, bling, bling. The creator of the recaps is currently on strike until the channel reaches 100 subs. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding.
Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome back to Astral Agents and Boats. I'm your friendly neighborhood rat bastard GM Kiwi, and let me introduce you to the rest of the crew who will be rolling with us through wild space this evening. Agent Kabuki, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Agent Kabuki. I'm playing a human mercenary barbarian known to be in the trenches, down and dirty, grimy. He is in the jar of a Leonin noble fighter, and we'll see how the night unfolds.
Beautiful. Agent Viz, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Agent Viz. I'm playing Prince Ominius Solari IV, our dilettante captain of this kind of rugged crew. He is a fire genasi noble in the jar of a ratty eco-terrorist.
Beautiful. Agent Goonie, introduce yourself.
Agent Goonie rolling in. I will be playing Ace, a former half-elf, swashbuckling rogue, who is finding himself in the body of somebody who might not be quite so good, a Githyanki pirate, it would seem. We're going to learn more about that tonight.
Excellent. Agent Wynn, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Wynn. I am playing Dr. Carey, who's got elven soul vibes, but the physical presence of some weird, buggy person who likes to swing swords around.
Excellent. All right. So where we left things, our good friend McKevin was just imprisoned in the holodeck of the badly damaged tyrant ship that was taken to a beholder-ridden planet Hekatha to retrieve a adamantine meteorite successfully, which is now within a bag of holding that I believe Zemenius has. Is currently sitting in the driving seat of the tyrant ship that has blasted off away from the planet Hekatha back into wild space, heading out towards the Astral Sea. And the cover has just grounded over the chute which leads down to the holodeck, which we know was full of rubbish, where you even discovered the body of a partially damaged autonym, which has now been put back together. And there seems to be some dispute as to what the next steps should be with the conflicting missions that you have, the known mission and the secret mission. At this point, I'm going to hand the conflict and the decision making back over to the agents to decide what your next steps are, because I really don't know what they're going to be, and I'd quite like to know.
Well, I think the door closes and Dr. Carey all of a sudden looks very distracted. Her eyes just sort of kind of glaze over. She starts looking over into the distance and kind of muttering to herself for a bit here. Yes,
if anyone would like to make an insight check on what might be happening with Dr. Carey, you are more than welcome. Are you disguising the zoning out that's happening there, Dr. Carey?
No, I think she's very comfortable zoning out and talking to herself under normal circumstances, so this is not all that unusual as far as she's concerned.
Okay. Yeah, Ace is oblivious, but Axel and Zemenius both pick up that it was a very sudden glazing of the eyes and a muttering, very almost more than lost in thought, almost a deliberate in muttering, is what you sense.
Doctor, are you alright?
She pauses and doesn't try to... What? Oh, I'm fine. Just give me a few seconds. And she sort of does a little scooching to the side and purposely stands like right on top of the door that sealed McKevin in. She like purposely like stands directly on top of that and then loses focus and starts muttering some more.
Ace, who wasn't paying attention, what was Ace doing at the time? I know that Ace had some thoughts on perhaps McKevin had been shut away too quickly, but now Dr. Carey stands on the top of the opening, blocking the way.
Right, so if I noticed anything at all with Dr. Carey, I would have just shrugged like, it's scholars. But I would bring up, hey guys, McKevin said he had some way to contact. So you think maybe he had a sending stone? I think maybe he should have maybe checked him, searched him, if he was already lying to us before. Also, Rybeck was missing his rifle. That was another thing we were supposed to check out. Maybe McKevin took it. You should ask him.
All salient points.
Yeah. Dominius leans back and says, I'd rather spend as little time with that little freak as much as possible, but you make some sense, Ace, as loath as I am to say, perhaps we did rush putting him away.
I mean, it was good to put him away. We don't need him sneaking around invisible. That's gross.
But perhaps we could speak with him some more.
Sorry. All of a sudden, Carrie bursts in and says, Vina, you're not talking to him, are you?
Vina's like, what? Talking to who? What are you talking about?
Oh, okay, good.
I'm not talking to anyone. I'm talking to you guys. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing next.
Okay, good. That's good. We need to make sure that we're all on the same page. She loses focus again for a second.
Who are you talking to?
We head back to the Spelljammer.
No. Hold on a second, Axel. I would like to... My personal preference would be to complete our larger mission here, I think. And figure out who
Axel looks at Zoe, like, confused.
Why don't I have a larger mission?
Do you know? Did you get told a larger mission that the rest of us don't know about?
Yeah, did you?
Of course I did, Vina. As we are a very important crew and you are the secondary crew, we always have a larger mission. Isn't that obvious? Did you not get a larger mission?
What's the larger mission?
I look at Vina too.
You don't need to mock me, Captain. What's the larger mission?
Didn't the old wolf tell you? I assumed he brought everybody in, right?
Ha ha.
I got kicked out.
Well, yeah. I mean, you did say a few things to him. It was funny, but yes.
Yeah, Zomina should just be looking at Vina, and can I make an insight check to see how she's reacting? Is it just sort of normal ego? Is there like a more keen interest there, like she's trying to squirrel something out, like, or she's trying to hide something?
Yeah, go for it. You think that there is certainly a great deal of ego involved in everything Vina does, as though she carries a huge chip on her shoulder of maybe someone who people have always thought little of and has continually sought to prove them wrong, that she's better than everyone's opinion of her. And that seems to be a motivation for a lot of the bravado, you think. And there is something else in the interest there that goes beyond that, like a sharpness of mind, not something that's hidden, but like she's not an airhead. She's sensing that there's something important going on, and for whatever reason, she's connecting it might have something to do with her too. So she wants to know if that might be the case.
Okay. So Amir's just gonna look at her, and he's actually going to be moved a little bit, like actually feel a sort of kinship with her, as like he's starting to kind of gather, and I think he overheard her talking about her father and stuff like that. So he's starting to gather a little bit more about who this person might be, and he knows as one of the younger children of a Grand Royal, and someone who, in some ways purposefully, but also was seen as sort of one of the least consequential children, just frivolous and not really serious. Kind of knows the feeling a little bit, so he's gonna look at her and say, and kind of look at his companions. Also, Axel, he'll kind of give a quizzical look to, like, wait, did no one actually catch him up on this? But he'll say, Vina, can we trust you to be discreet? And it's just her in the room, right? None of her lackeys, just her.
No, her lackeys are there.
Okay. I'll say, okay, so before I say that, I'll say, Vina, could we speak with you? Could you send your crew away and we could speak with you privately? As
she kind of snorts. I thought they were your crew, Captain. Girls, wait for me downstairs.
See, I was trying to show you a little bit of respect there, but noted to me.
She's not very gracious.
She's not. So you kind of like lets that slide, and they waits for them to leave.
They hit down the chute. They were right there. They were right there by the chute. So.
Okay. So they're out of the room?
Yes.
Okay. And he says, to be clear, Vina, you are not to share what I'm about to share with you with anyone outside of this room. Can you do that?
So long as it doesn't put in danger my ability to become a fully fledged field agent, it's not something I could sacrifice for anyone, and I would walk over any promise that I'd made to ensure that I graduate.
Okay. And does it seem she's saying like truthful?
Yes.
Okay.
Her voice had changed. That you hadn't heard that voice before. It's like she wasn't being a smartass.
Yeah. He says, no, there's no danger of that, Vina. In fact, it's quite opposite. Our mission here could ensure the safety and the safety of your career, and in fact, the health of the entire Spelljammer organization. The Old Wolf believes that there is a traitorous element or saboteur element that has infiltrated our larger organization, and
you mean
he has pulled us.
Kevin?
Perhaps. As we've already seen, McKevin has, shall we say, unsavory associations, does he not? Associations that our uppers would probably not approve of fully.
I just thought he was some goofball pilot.
I mean, he still is. He could be puppets. He could be just a patsy. But
exactly, he could simply be being manipulated. As all of us could agree, he is an easily manipulated person.
No matter what he's done, he still murdered Ryback.
Exactly. So perhaps he is simply being used, but then the question is who is doing the using, and what other tools and levers do they have within our organization? So we are beginning to do the work of rooting out the rot, if you will. And your actions, to my reading of you, perhaps I'm wrong, says that you are not part of this rot, but anybody could be, including your precious girls, including anybody not in this room. So, can I trust you to be discreet and to cooperate with us? You are now in the inner circle.
Anything that hurts Inc. hurts people I care about. You can count on me.
Good. And he'll kind of look around to the rest of the crew and see if everyone, just see how people are feeling with kind of pulling her into the inner circles. Is everyone all right with this decision?
Yeah, I nod. Yeah.
Axel, and he kind of puts his head on Axel's shoulder. This is a larger mission. I cannot believe that no one caught you up on it, but There's a traitor in our midst.
Venus is like smirking. You didn't know either.
Didn't we mention that?
I swear we did, but hey, why don't you just relax?
He like hangs his head and he's like, I'm so confused. Do we not need the meteorite?
So it's like,
We still do.
have you ever had a turducken, Axel? It's like a piece of meat inside a different piece of meat. We need to, we gotta explain it that way. But basically, we have 2 missions, and we've completed one. Now we need to complete the other before we go back. Does that sound okay to you, my big feline comrade?
You kind of see Axel contemplating over it a little bit, and he goes,
Does this mission jeopardize the one we were given? Or is it part of another whole, in a sense?
It does not. We've basically completed the other mission, correct? So it doesn't jeopardize it. We just need to, I think. I don't think it does.
The other mission was kind of the reason to get us out here, and
Right.
On the secret mission.
Carrie is sort of returning to focus now. She seems like she's stopped muttering to herself and is sort of listening to what everybody's talking about. She says, well, I think that might have that might be yet to determine how these things work together.
So.
Okay. So she's standing on the hatch to the pile of rubbish that we threw McKevin in. And she sort of points directly down to her feet. She says, "Okay, so no one can go down there. For some reason," and she looks very pointedly at Axel, and she looks very pointedly at Estria. For some reason, he thinks that we want to hurt him, and he is not excited about that possibility, McKevin. And if you recall, he has a certain skill of finding doorways and putting runes in doorways that will murder people much more experienced than us when they try to go through passageways, and she points down at the passageway right under her feet.
I was never trying to hurt McKevin. I told him from the get-go I was going to capture him so he could answer for his crimes. Hence murdering Ryback. But, Zoe, on to what you were saying. You are the captain. I will follow you on the mission, but if it goes sideways, know this is your fault.
Thank you, Axel. I was unaware. I was unaware that I would ultimately be taking accountability for this choice. That makes me feel a lot better.
Of command.
So, with all of us seems to be in alignment, what are our next steps here? And what do we know for sure?
Well, we know that the Mercane are coming, and if what McKevin said in my head just now, if what he said is true, we've got no more than 2 days.
McKevin was in your head? What?
You know, like this. She whispers and she casts the message cantrip. Says, "I've been doing this, right? I've been talking like this." You know, all right. It's over. I'm sorry. It's over your head. I don't. Fast. All right. But we don't have a lot of time, so we need to figure out soon what we're going to do, because they're going to overtake us.
What did
They're
Four
going
Eyes
to
say exactly in your head?
Well, he said a lot of things. Some of that. Well, he said a lot of things. One thing he said that is definitely true is that if the Mercane come upon us unaware in wild space, they will have a very large ship. We will have a heavily damaged ship with only one working gun, and we will have no hope whatsoever in that battle.
Mm-hmm. So we have 2 days basically to figure out,
If we're lucky.
who this the traitor is, or if there is a traitor's element in the people that we're with, correct? And it sounds like, I mean, so how is it? Is there a reason that it's not just McKevin? Like, is McKevin not the fucking not the mole? I mean, he's admitted to killing Ryback. Like, is there another level to this that we're not that we need to kind of suss out?
The runes on the doors of the simulator area.
Right?
Too.
Is he not the guy? What other level is there?
He's. I mean, there could be more levels, but also he's the guy.
Yeah, so he is the guy, right?
It seems like he's the guy with us right now, yes. But we need to find something to do with
technically we found the mole in the trainer, but we still didn't technically complete the secret mission by infiltrating the Mercane and finding more information.
Right. And we can't have these refugees with us, these water worlders. We can't have them with us when the Mercane comes.
Yeah, the hard question we have is,
okay,
do we send off? Do we do our best to send off the asteroid, or do we turn the asteroid over to the Mercane?
Don't we need it though?
Well, that's the question.
The Mercane transaction.
That's what McKevin seems to think.
So our larger meta mission was not just to find, but it was to infiltrate the Trader's Element and kind of get more information.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like befriend them and
okay.
Kevin
I see what's going on.
McKevin is very clear that if they will find him, they have some sort of
tracking.
Yeah, they somehow they know where he is, and if they show up and he does not have the asteroid, well, that's when we're in a lot of trouble. Pew pew space battles. So they can either come upon us with the asteroid, in which case we have some leverage, perhaps. They can come across us without the asteroid, in which case it's more complicated. I'm going to suggest that if they come upon us with the asteroid in wild space, we will have a bad time and possibly not long to live. However, if they come upon us without the asteroid and we're in some sort of safe harbor, we may have more room to maneuver.
Yeah. They seem to.
That's a good point. Yeah, because I think actually, but I think actually, the ideal situation, from my mind, would be we send Vina back with her crew, with our ship, and we meet the Mercane with the asteroid at a more neutral area, so that Vina can kind of go back and report to the Old Wolf and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. They're successfully infiltrating. Hopefully." The rest of the people are kind of remain out of the loop. Maybe Ragabek can get resurrected, etc., etc. But we can go off and kind of pursue our larger mission and not be in like weird bad standing with INC. Does that make sense?
No,
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Sounds pretty good.
All right, yeah. So Zominius will kind of lean back and he'll share this with you guys and it seems like people are.
Well, I mean, we also have the sending stone to boat.
That's true. That's actually
Tarto, the no nonsense Tarto. I don't know if we want to bring her into this.
Maybe we don't bring her into it. Maybe we have her get the wolf, so we can tell him directly that he can expect Vina back, kind of thing, beforehand. I don't know. I was just throwing that out there.
I think that's not a bad idea. Although, didn't we use it already today, or was that?
That was like 4 days ago. Ryback died 4 days ago, and then we traveled 4 days.
Right after Ryback died.
That was before we
ago.
got there. I wasn't sure if it was after, but okay. Well, we can also keep that. Yeah, I don't think she's. I think she might be in the loop, but she's. I'd rather just talk to the Old Wolf directly about these things, or have Vina report to him directly.
Vina's like trying to get a handle of what you guys are saying. So you're saying you want me to go back with this ship without a navigator and with hands empty, no meteorite to complete the mission, and I'm the one that shows up missing you guys and the meteorite? Where's the win in this for me?
You can go report directly to the Old Wolf and tell him that you've gained the trust of
stole the meteorite?
No, not that at all.
And not that we stole the meteorite, that we're using it as a means to gain.
We're using it as a bartering chip to get inside the Mercane's favor.
Exactly.
You
and
realize that McKevin's our navigator, right?
Shit.
Don't you have some skills? Don't you have some casting skills, Vina? Come on.
I can appear
The blob.
in one place, and then somewhere close by I can appear in another. That's not much to get a ship from here to there. No.
I can't even do that.
What about Frederick? The blob.
Do you think that they look like people who do magic? They're gunners.
Oh, this is
I can try, but if you do have the sending stone, maybe you can call Tardo to meet us. I'll put the ship
How
on
about
course.
How about we leave the sending stone with you and you call her? Does that sound better? That way it's a little bit more believable. You can tell her that we've been abducted, or whatever it is that you want to say. Have her come pick you up.
Is that what I tell
But then give
Tardo?
the-
You've been abducted.
Yes. Sure. But then you give Wolf the real answer once you get back to the Spelljammer.
Oh, you could actually tell her. Here's what you tell her, Vina. Since you need it spoon-fed to you, you can tell her that we made, with the situation at hand, that we know the Mercane were coming and would likely destroy all of us. We decided to accompany the trader to make a reasonable trade for your lives. We did not return. Just tell her that. We went to trade so that they would leave you, that they wouldn't destroy the crew, and that we haven't returned, and perhaps we are dead or in danger, but that's all you need to let her know. And then ask to return to Inc. headquarters, and you could go speak to the Old Wolf about the real reason. Do you think you could spin that lie? Do you think that you could handle that?
Yes.
Of course. There you go.
I honestly think Bosun Tardo is clear of suspicion as well after McKevin admitted that the ruined door charge was meant for the Tardo.
Fair enough, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
fair enough. But perhaps we should keep as much information tight as we can for now, until we can get back to Inc. headquarters ourselves and report.
Do you want me to tell the wolf that McKevin said that?
Yes, you can report to the Wolf everything that we've spoken about here. Sound fair?
Yes. I mean, I kind of want to go with you guys, though.
Well,
We could use your bow, but this is the proper thing.
does anyone know of a place where we could land? I mean, if we're calling in someone to collect
Yes.
you all, does anyone know of a place nearby where we could have I mean, they can just pick up some of you.
As you say that, you guys see Ace's eyes roll to the back of his head, and another voice comes through, like to speak, and the voice sounds much colder, much more clinical. No joy in the voice, and the voice says, "Upside down. Down is safe. Up is danger. The son of three. There's a port there. I know the way." And then his eyes roll back, and Ace has no recollection of him saying anything.
What the?
Get him! Tackle him!
What is wrong with you people?
Huh? What happened?
Oh wait, let me make sure I got that down. Up is down. Down is safe.
Upside is danger. Up is danger. Son of three.
Upside down is safe.
Son of
Up is
three.
danger.
Son of three. A port is there.
So we're looking for.
Does that?
We're looking for a planet with 3 suns. It sounds like weird.
As you begin to ask what was that, Ace has a sensation that he does know of a place nearby, but he can't quite put it into words. Like, he has no recollection of what just happened, but like you have a feeling like you know a place.
Yeah, I think I could get us to someplace safe from here. I can't really explain how or why, but I have a feeling.
Wait, did you say that thing or did you not say that thing?
Say what thing?
Up, down is safe.
What you said?
Son of
What?
You don't. Did someone write that down?
I did not.
Tolstoy, do you have some sort of memory bank chip thing happening in there? I forget.
Perfect memory.
I believe that was some sort of subconscious knowledge, perhaps at the biological level, perhaps the cellular level. The current animus may be able to tap deeper into that if they try to connect further into the jar that holds the animus. I believe that is possible.
Yeah, what he said, it's just instincts.
Okay, do you think you can try to connect a little bit deeper there, Ace, and to find a safe port? Unless you
Would you like me to give you a good shock, Ace?
Ooh, we haven't tried that yet.
Maybe. How about I look at a star
The
chart?
Autognome holds out his hands and they crackle with energy.
It's got some good,
We'll
it's got some
keep-
good charge there.
Let's keep that in the back pocket. Let me look at a star chart or a map or
Yeah.
something before we go that route.
Instead of a shock, how about I just do this? And Zuminius kind of puts his hand on the back of his head and says, now, and I guess we're looking at a star chart. Is there a star chart nearby that we can kind of look at?
There may have been something like that in amongst Ryback's equipment. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
And Zuminius will say, now, clear your mind, Ace, and allow the flame to guide you deeper into yourself, or into your other selves, and he'll cast guidance on him.
Make an Arcana check with that guidance as your talent for seeing the hidden perhaps emerges.
Ace or me?
You.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not very good at Arcana. Okay.
Is Zoe looking at the map, or is Ace?
Okay.
Aces, but I think for me to kind of figure something out, which I do not. I rolled a 6.
There, it's just that it's a normal connection, a normal blessing.
Okay.
Insight for me, Ace.
Ooh,
That's,
there we go.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good, 25.
With the touch of the hand as you're looking at the star chart, you see Ace's eyes roll back in his head again. And his hand just starts like moving around the chart, and his hand falls on Hakatha, where you'd just arrived at, and he tells you in that cold voice again, he says, Hakatha is in the realm space system. His finger scrapes across the map to like the very next system. The Dagobah system is a little over a day from here. At the edge there is a smuggler's port. 3 port. An asteroid belt locked in orbit around a tiny sun. Ant Skull, the Gourd, the Fortress, the Smuggler's Port. It's hidden in the eyes. Down is up. Up is down. And the eyes roll back in, and it's Ace, and the last thing Ace feels is that I think down is safe. Or is up safe? You're not quite sure. That part is a fog, but there is a momentary meeting of something deep within you. But there is one last thought that Ace feels, and that is only one of the 3 ports mentioned is safe.
Ooh.
Still not ringing any bells with more details there, Ace.
All right, did someone get that down?
Knowing the name of the Dagobah system, you should be able to navigate to the edge of it using the star chart and try and find your way from there. And perhaps
All right.
Ace can somehow help guide you with whatever instinct that is that's emerged.
Well, we know for a fact that down is safe, so that, or at least not for a fact, but that's what was said earlier.
The skull
Minius-
in an asteroid belt.
Okay.
Fortress.
Fortress and the
eyes of the
Smuggler's
skull. Yeah.
Yeah. Smuggler port hidden in the eyes.
It doesn't sound very safe, but it does sound safer than a dogfight with some rich merchants that will immediately destroy us.
And it also sounds appropriate for this sort of clandestine exchange that we're going to be.
Right.
Oh.
Normally in smugglers' ports, there's engagement. People aren't just going to openly attack it. Lest the whole crowd is going to come down on them. These types like to keep things secret out of them, but it seems like the Mercane wouldn't make a move out of the open either.
I read somewhere you could just shout the word parlay and everyone's sort of okay with it.
I
What
tried
did you
that
say?
Out here.
and I got one of my legs ripped off.
Yeah, the pirate side known before. No.
You're saying my books are wrong. Because,
Yes.
Maybe they're from a different world where those rules apply. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, so we can set a zone. Can you set a path to this Dagobah?
As Dr. Carey suggests, Zominius immediately moves to get up and says, "Please, Doctor."
Oh no, okay.
I've had enough navigating the last quite a long time. So,
All right.
you. He'll get up.
She'll take a seat.
So, go ahead.
Does she? Is the map? Is the star chart like literally just like a parchment type physical map? Yeah, she'll grab that on her way over.
Yes. It makes you think that this landscape is actually quite rich, and it feels like the map is only a section of wild space, the Astral Sea. It all seems to connect, and seems to be well populated with all sorts of names and worlds and locations, and certainly a lot could be explored out there, is the impression looking upon this map, if this is just a small part of wild space.
The references on the edge about going to map P4 and
Yeah,
going to K2.
Yes.
All right.
So
then,
the
Zemius
current
will
state,
take-
the current state.
Zemius will just say to Vina that I know you'd like to come with us, but we need someone we can trust to return, and make sure the safe return of the rest of this crew. So I think it's best that you return. Does that sound all right with you?
I'll accept that, she says.
Okay.
So the current state of the ship is that it has 300 hit points, and it's lost 150 of them with the encounter with the other Tyrant ship and the Dracolich. So it's certainly battered. So, what you know, as far as McKevin has told you, is that the Mercane will be able to find him. He professed or confessed or stated that he's left marks all over the ship, which you wouldn't be able to find in time to remove before the Mercane were able to locate the ship. And he's told you that that interception, he's told Dr. Carey, will happen in no longer than 2 days, which means you need to reach this hopefully safe harbor before that. By the looks, that safe harbor is about a day and a half away, if you can get the ship moving at a good clip. The problem is that this is not a hammer ship which you've trained on, and it's beholders who run this ship and get it up to speed, and they are very different beings who do not have arms and legs, that they have many eyes and rays which they seem to use to operate this ship. So tapping into it is going to be quite the challenge. There's no oars to row or sails to unfurl. So reaching 3 ports before interception is your mission, if you choose to accept it. So you're going to have to get 5 successes as a group, as a crew, before the crew accrues 3 failures. Those will be represented by checks made by the navigator, but the crew can aid in trying to get the speed of the ship up, but that will require locating which places on the ship are actually jamming stations, and then hacking them essentially to access the energy to increase the speed or maneuverability of the ship. Otherwise, the Tyrant, compared to your hammer ship, is moving at just at a cruising speed, really, because you don't know how to accelerate, so to speak, and it is a communal effort to increase past cruising speed of a ship. There will be an element of heading in the right direction as well, which Ace can help the survival checks by tapping into whatever it was that just emerged from Ace. You can try to work on unlocking the eye cannons before that if you wanted to be more combat ready in case things go south and you don't make it before interception. And
will that take away from our speed?
Yes, it would initially. Yes, because the navigator would be focusing on that instead of getting going as fast as possible.
Would China make any repairs to the ship help? Or just survivability?
The repairs are more survivability, yes.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. So, that is your challenge. You can try to locate the jamming ship using investigation or arcana, and describing how that makes sense, of course, will influence the difficulty. Once you actually know where the jamming stations are, the hacking can be done with investigation, arcana, sleight of hand, or constitution. And at that point, once they're accessed, then you can start raising the speed of the ship or aiding the maneuverability of the ship. Each of the checks represents a certain amount of time. Basically, each roll the navigator makes represents a 3-hour time frame. And the speed of the ship made at that check will be accumulated. And to reach the safe haven in time, you must have, apart from the successes, achieved a minimum speed of 35. At the moment, your speed is 3.
Of course.
Your speed is -7.
So that means without improving the speed, you would achieve 45. 8 times 3 would be 24.
Not enough.
Not enough.
So I'm sorry. The checks to find the jamming stations were,
Investigation or Arcana?
and that's the first kind of step before we can attune to them and actually.
Yes, that's what we have to do.
Just gonna throw this out there, just because Axel traversed the entire ship head to toe so many times. Does he have any inkling of what the jamming stations might look like in correlation to the Beholder ship from our Hammer ships? Does he see any like similarities? He might be like, oh, that might be a jamming station, or is he just totally lost?
I will give you an advantage on your check to locate the jamming station because you've so thoroughly searched the ship.
Cool.
So Minius will also, he'll talk to the crew and say, we should probably, again, as much as it disgusts me to say this, but probably recruit McKevin to help us in this effort. Obviously, we know what the real plan is, but now we can talk to him and let him know that we are going to make the trade that he suggested, and we'll go along with his intentions. He seemed to be offering that option, so perhaps he can help us as well find the jamming stations, because if the doctor is focused on driving, essentially, I know these sort of academic things are not my strong suit, so having his bizarre mind on our side could be of help. Is everyone okay with that?
I think it's a good idea. If we say sorry to him, probably be willing to help.
He might not be. I think he's kind of dedicated to staying down there. I think unless he's gonna hear a couple of you, and she looks again at Axel and Estria, swear that you're not gonna hurt him. He definitely won't come up, and even if you do swear that, I don't know if he will.
Okay, well let me talk to him. How about that? We'll talk to him and I'll see where he's at, where his freakish head is at, and we can see where we're gonna go with that. All right. So he's gonna he will make to go down into the hold where the Kevin is.
I will absolutely not open up the door for.
Yeah,
I'm at the hell. I'm not gonna use your talk to him with the magics. Don't open that door. You're gonna explode.
There's the runes.
Yeah, but well, can we get a? Okay, I'll message him.
I'm not gonna open that door for you. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll message. Zomanius will kind of point down and seek out McKevin with his message cantrip and say, McKevin, this is Captain Zomanius speaking. Could I?
Hello, Captain.
Descend? Could I descend to engage you in conversation?
That is a negative, Captain.
And why is that?
Because I don't want you to get hurt, sir.
Well, how will I get hurt, McKevin?
By coming down, sir.
Have you rigged the door with some more of your explosives?
I don't believe it's in my best interest to explain what I mean, sir, but I don't want you to get hurt, so you should just talk to me like this, sir. That's the safest for you and the safest for me.
Alright, I'll talk to you like this for the moment being, but I advise you to take down this whatever booby trap you might have put on the door, because you might be happy to learn that we have decided to actually go along with your suggestion of cooperating with the Mercane.
Oh.
How does that make you feel?
Distrustful?
That is a astute response, but you see you put us in quite a difficult position, have you not, McKevin? Do you not see that yourself?
Yes, I understand it's difficult, sir. It's a
So-
complicated situation, and I would have preferred it to be much simpler.
Indeed, as I would have as well, trust me. But as I am the captain, it is my responsibility to make sure that everyone returns unharmed. And personally, I take that above and beyond the success of our mission. So, in that interest, we are planning to go to a safe, neutral area where we can make the trade-off and will not engage in ship-to-ship combat with the Mercane. Does that sound reasonable to you?
I think so long as I say that we're good, then they won't hurt you.
All right. So, and do you have a means to communicate with them now?
I don't believe it's in my best interest to tell you this, but no, not communicate. But I do have a means to be found, sir.
Yes, we understand that piece. So, in that interest, or in that knowledge, even though you might say it's okay, if they happen upon our ship,
They will.
It still
They will
creates a
look for me.
situation.
They will look for me,
Right.
sir. And if I am well and I speak with them, then negotiations will go peacefully.
all right, good. So, in that case, would you consider helping us to get the ship to this neutral area before the negotiations happen? That way, we can be on neutral ground, and there will be no. They'll be able to see quickly that you are well, and there'll be no threat of violence breaking out.
I would like to be on your team.
Well, this is an invitation for you to be on the team.
How do I know that the big angry cat isn't going to hurt me, sir?
Because
He did look
The big
very
angry-
aggressively at me.
yes, the big angry cat is a quite aggressive fellow, but he is my. What's your position on the ship again, Axel?
First mate. I'm your
Oh, you're the
first
first-
mate, buddy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is my first mate, and he does nothing without my say so. I trust him with my health and my life, and he will not betray my trust in this instance. So you can come on up if that's what you'd like to do, or you can stay separate. You don't have to hang out with us.
You
can-
could even tell him that. Well, I don't know if you would know this, but I came, to get him because I thought he was coming after you in that entire time because you had the bag of the meteorite.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So, yes, we've come to an understanding, me and First Mate Axel, and we will not. His desire or perceived threat to you was over your threat to us, and if that is behind us, there's no danger to you. And
I need an hour or so just to mend the broken ribs from the ogre. I think I might have punctured a lung. There's quite a lot of blood in my mouth.
So I mean, let's just say, as a show of good faith, I am quite a skilled healer, McKevin, and if you allow me to work on you, I could have you feeling much better in much less time than that, if you will allow me.
I really want to trust you. I feel stupid for doing this, but I'm going to. And he appears next to you.
All right, burning hands. No, I'm kidding.
I cast Compelled Duel.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Zominius will pull from his packet his healer's kit and say, all right, let's take a look at you. And he will apply a use of his healer's kit to McKevin and heal him for 10 HP.
All right.
So maybe wrap up the lungs, and if it seems like he's still hurting, he will. How's he looking?
Yeah, he's like that's much easier to breathe now. I think it's a pain. I can. If you're not gonna hurt me, if anyone's not gonna hurt me, I should be okay.
All right,
You do have a bag. You do have a bag of holding full of potions as well.
Yeah, but I'm not going to use that on McKevin. Come on.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a terrible hoarder of potions, so you should use those at some point. But I said, all right. So McKevin, what we're looking for are the jamming stations on the ship, so we can get to this place as quickly as possible. I believe in you. I'm sure that you're capable of doing that, and no harm, no foul. You're very capable. You had a clever plan, and you did put us in a bind, so I respect you for that. And he will give him a bardic inspiration. The little flaming butterfly kind of starts flying around him as he says that.
Okay. I'm gonna let you make the roll for McKevin. This is a roll in contribution for locating a jamming station.
Yep.
You've gained advantage, and McKevin's essentially helping McKevin. His Arcana is +6.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
And then he'll also, because it only lasts for 10 minutes, you might as well just throw that D8 on top. Or D6, sorry. Yeah, I think it's still a D6. Oh, he gets a 30. 30 Arcana check.
McKevin's like, I actually located that yesterday. There's one over here and one over here. He locates two.
See, McKevin, we're working together. We're a team. All right? And then he'll kind of look at Ace and Axel and kind of give them like a nod, like, all right, they're your stations, fellas. Or I don't know if they plan to go to the stations.
Just a little.
Yeah.
McKevin's like, I do think that a ship this large should have more, but perhaps not on the command deck. They might be elsewhere throughout the ship.
All right, so
in that case, I'm gonna roll Axel's investigation.
Go for
it. At first, you're like trying to think if you'd seen anywhere similar, but it's nothing's in the first. Okay, so time's starting to pass now in hours. Now that no one's going to do anything to McKevin, right? You're being honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go into chunks of hours now. So that's like looking down around the deck in the bottom areas. You're not seeing an immediate correlation of what it looks like that McKevin's just identified. So for the first 3 hours, you've only got those two available. But they still will need to be hacked to actually be able to use those jamming stations. Once they're hacked, then anyone can use them to operate them.
Okay.
So that can be either to hack them, investigation, arcana, sleight of hand, or basically getting through the pain with constitution.
Well, that's what Axel will be doing.
Axel's been out looking for more jamming stations in that.
No, I know. Not
I'll try. I'd like to try to unlock one and just kind of prodding and just trying to find out what does what quickly. Poking at screens, buttons, whatever there is.
Go for it.
Could I basically set McKevin to be like, all right, this is your station. Can you make that usable and just kind of stay there?
22.
I'm gonna let you use, if you want to use one of your like persuasion skills or diplomacy skills to represent an unlock, then you can substitute that by you using it through McKevin.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
All right, yeah. So he'll.
One of the stations is unlocked that you've started fiddling around with things and like a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, I see. This
I see. Twist. If I twist this and then I turn this ball, I think you have to.
My luck has run out.
McKevin, it seems like he's flustered by your presence over his shoulder. He's like, I know I can do this, but it's just.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's been a lot today. It's been quite a day. It's been quite a stressful day.
Hold on, McKevin. Well, yeah, so Minus maybe loses cool for a second. Then he's like, alright, let's just take a break. Let's take a break for a little while. And yeah, he'll go off for a little bit.
Okay, so at the moment, nothing is aiding you speed-wise, Dr. Carey. But you still have to either use your Arcana or your Survival to head as well as possible in the right direction.
Alright, Arcana's definitely the way to go here, so yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to punch it as fast as I can in the rightest direction I can. So, that is a roll of 24 on Arcana.
Alright, that's the first of 5 successes that you need.
Woo.
Very nice.
Sweet.
And the speed, unfortunately for now, has only 3 of the 35 needed.
Alright.
Speed is like a measure of distance, basically.
Yeah. So you're heading bang on in the right direction at the moment for the place. It's just a matter of getting there before the interception is speed related as well. So that's going to require your crew getting those stations unlocked and picking up the speed so you can tap into the ability of the ship to move faster, drawing from their energy essentially. At the moment you don't have all the engines available to you, and you need some living creatures to tap into.
Okay. So next
Yes,
kind of chunk?
next three. What happens? What are you dedicating yourselves to the next 3 hours?
Axel comes back up the shaft and goes to zone. He's like, I couldn't find anything. What do you need me to do now?
Perhaps you can. Think you could, if you could brute force one of these stations. Perhaps me and looks like, and he kind of Zaminis glances over and maybe sees Ace kind of like already kind of fiddling around and looking very comfortable in another one. It's like me and McKevin will kind of perhaps go look for another station. If you two can man these.
I can certainly man this.
Okay. So yeah.
I mean, I'm just standing around, and I want to be useful too. So Venus is.
Oh yeah.
Also, I am willing and able. If you need me to help with anything, just ask.
All right. So you three go look for stations. I'm gonna stay with the doctor, and do my best to aid him as I can. And maybe Zominis is gonna go kind of stand behind Dr. Carey, and you see like sort of heat ripples off his fingers as he kind of lowers his hands to either side of the doctor, and basically just gives him a continuous guidance as he's just like focusing on the doctor. So you three go unlock, see if you can find another station. I'm gonna make sure the doctor stays calm and collected. So that's what he's gonna do.
Tolstoy, were you some sort of assistant on this ship with the beholders?
No, I was captured by the beholders, who enslaved my owners and tore me apart and left me in the junk room.
That seems bad. So no experience with one of these strange tentacle button type ships.
None whatsoever.
Well,
But
alright.
I can do my best to learn.
Well, learning how the engines work and where the energy goes in and where the energy comes out, that seems like an important thing for, moving us faster.
I see. So we need to find more areas like the one that McKevin discovered here in other parts of the ship. Is that correct?
Let's say yes.
All right. Well, I shall accompany the others and see if we can find any more. So, who would you like to actually lead that investigation? Is Tolstoy being put in charge? Is Vina being put in charge? Or McKevin being put in charge of finding more jamming stations?
There's kind of arguments for each of them. What do you think, Dr. Carey?
You muted.
Oh,
Vina, you're at the academy for longer than us. Did we miss some lessons about like ship types and things like that?
Well, I mean, we didn't really cover tyrant ships though. Like, this is a bit of a weird situation, honestly.
I agree.
correct.
What do we know? Do we know what these stations do? I mean, like the jamming stations are usually like some for guns and some for engines and things like that, right?
I mean, in general, what they're meant to do is like make sure the ship is, I guess, space dynamic as possible, and make sure that the navigator can tap into the full energy of the ship with the energy of the crew. So, otherwise, you're just gonna be like a candle, right? You just like consume, and if you've got lots of other people, they're like make the wax bigger so it doesn't get consumed so far. So you can make a bigger flame. I don't know. Sereth kind of described it weird.
Where would be other places to feed in? Yeah.
Kevin, you're in charge. Vina,
Thanks, Captain.
keep an eye on them.
All right. So I'll let someone be McKevin's roller, so I'm not rolling that. So it's a +6 on his Arcana check to find more locations. He has assistance from Vina and Tolstoy, so he is getting advantage on that check, though.
Okay. I'll roll it. Problem. Okay, 19.
They find in one of the larger areas and the lower deck, there is another jamming station in there.
I knew it.
Okay. He'll let if they report back to him, he'll just say like, work on breaking into that. I guess for their next action.
Okay. What has everyone else dedicated themselves to in their next 3 hours?
Axel's gonna go over. Oh, so go ahead.
I was say I'm gonna be manning one of the station I am.
You're manning the hacked one, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. So now you can either increase the speed of the ship, or you could get more people to have the station basically make it more maneuverable, which will make it easier for the doctor to achieve the role. So you can increase the speed by yourself, or with 2 other people, you can increase the chances of Dr. Carey's success.
You guys think we should go for speed?
Seems like.
Yes, I think speed.
Okay, yeah. Then that's what I'll do.
Okay. Cool. So 15 is what you're going to be rolling here, and the
Crickets.
the types of rolls are the same as the sail action. We're gonna put that.
Sail action.
Thought it was like athletics, acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
I can't remember the other. That's pretty much the only one that pertains to me. Pretty much, that's the only one that I really remembered.
I mean, acrobatics.
but I was able to do Constitution on them too. I think you said we could like if there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, so you
could
kind of
change it.
explain to me how you're using that skill, that physical skill in this alien ship. Sleight of hand is the one that kind of makes sense in my mind as you're moving the puzzle around of this alien thing, kind of thing.
I mean, that's how I got it unlocked. So yeah, I think that makes sense for me to continue, tracing these weird sigils or moving these crazy eyeballs, whatever it's gonna look like. Just keep doing that. And that's a 14.
Yes.
Something's stuck. I'm trying to.
You almost got it there. You almost got it there.
I think I'm figuring it out.
Can I ask a question? So when he reaches the speed, if he stays there, will the speed stay?
Yes, and
raised?
someone else could also like take over and just do what he's doing and like replace him, so he could go somewhere else and actively do something. So you can use you're able to use Fred and Cricklet as well to come and man places, and then you can be the ones that are like getting it going, right? Once you've got it going, that's the hard part.
All right. So in that case, maybe Zominius hears Ace kind of swearing a little bit, like, I've almost got this, and he'll just say, he'll kind of, from his kind of meditative position over Dr. Carey, he'll be like, calm yourself, Ace, just breathe through it. You know what you're doing. And he will use his captain ability to rally Ace, which he gets to use once a long rest, I think, and give him a D4, which will automatically make him succeed.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. It spirals counterclockwise, not clockwise.
All right.
Very nice.
Current speed is 4.
That's it? What?
But it compounds, right?
Maximum speed is 8. Maximum speed is 8.
Oh.
Okay.
What was the 35 for again?
The total accumulation, you've got 3.
You need to add 'em up.
35, so now the next one you'll add another 4.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. So that's 7. Yep. Axel will go over to the jamming station, and what he sees there is like a little platform, 2 like towers almost on each side, and you can see like some electrical charge going off on the top of them. So he's gonna reach down his hand to both sides, and then try to use his constitution to yeah. Yes.
Nice.
That's
It's quite painful, but also kind of fun.
You literally just see his hair just all stand on end, his whole mane just pop out like this.
Nice. And your tail kind of like comes up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I actually have to roll. I have to roll to get the rally. So I have to roll a persuasion. I have to roll a persuasion check.
All right. Well,
Get that DC
for
50.
remembering that, have inspiration in any case. So the first one can be done with advantage if necessary.
All right. Okay. Sweet. Okay.
Not
I made it
necessary.
to
So keep
26.
the inspiration for remembering your captain ability.
All right. Hell yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Going well. So second jamming station unlocked and can be used in the next 3 hours to also in the next lot of time to increase speed as well. I think that is everyone. Yeah. Okay, so you're guiding Dr. Carey as he makes his important check, right? Second.
Yep.
Okay, so back to Dr. Carey.
Alright, another Arcana. Alright, soaring along. With. Oh boy! Did not help, I rolled a 10.
What's the DC?
The DC is 15.
Not
Yeah.
even close.
Can I give him my inspiration?
Yes, you can.
Take my inspiration.
Do I have inspiration?
No, I said
I
take
don't.
my
No. Ruby marked, yeah.
Oh, I see.
No, I just was not sure if I had it or not myself, but I don't think I do. Alright, then I will roll that again. That did not do any better than 11.
All right, Doctor.
Doing
So
garbage
Minas
here.
is gonna try to wrap. So he's like, I feel I'm gonna need a max roll to make it work, but he's gonna say, oh wait, Well, that's +2 from the
So
guidance
13.
from
You need
earlier.
2 more.
So
You need to
13.
get 2 more.
Sure. Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, stay calm, Doctor. We're relying on you, but you can handle the stress. And so he's gonna make his persuasion check. DC 15, and he does not make it this time, unfortunately. So I can't add anything to that.
Okay.
Sorry, Doctor.
The speed still accumulates. It just wasn't headed in the most optimal path, increasing the chance of interception. So you're 1-1 at the moment.
All right.
All right, the next 3 hours. You can give me a roll for the crew working on accessing the one that you discovered downstairs if you want. They can absolutely use McKevin's Arcana with advantage.
Nice. So he rolled a 16.
Nice. The station is unlocked and available for the preceding 3 hours. Who are you leaving behind to try and activate it as the others continue to search? Or will they continue working as a team?
I think they will. I'll leave Bina and McKevin together. Have Tolstoy be the wild card, running around, see if he gets anything done.
Okay.
So Bina's just like, have Bina kind of keep an eye on him, keep him calm. So they'll do that, and then Tolstoy, I guess next round, will continue scouting.
Okay. The station that Ace is at could be taken over by someone else. Now, you could call in Fred, you could call in Cricklet, you could call in one of the twins, take over, show them what you're doing, and then you could go and do something else. You're free to do something else. You've got it. You've done the hard part now.
Yeah, I'll call over Cricklet. I'll say, hey, Cricklet, come here. You see what I did here? I just need you to sit here and continue to do that.
He's like, I have 4 arms. This is easy.
You got it.
So you're free to do something else now on this next 3 hours. Cricklet is making sure that +1 to speed continues.
I would like to help who is going to man the one that Axel unlocked station. So I'd just like to help whoever's going to try to man it. Or I could try to man it if we want.
I was going to try to do it myself.
I would definitely give you all
giving Axel advantage?
Yes.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah, even if he's doing something physical, maybe I'm just. All right, you got.
No, that actually works perfect. So Axel being there, standing there, being not electrocuted but energized this entire time for 3 hours, notices that these towers have joints at the bottom, and he goes,
Ace, I need your help. Come here. We're gonna put the top of the towers together. They can reach.
So he's gonna get on one side with Ace, and they're gonna try to connect the tips together and have it fully energized.
I'm loving the creation of the stuff you're making up. So have inspiration in case you need it on the stage.
It's dangerous as hell. I love it.
Yes.
Nice.
And that'll be for speed specifically. So it's getting full juice, full power through the connection instead of going through a diffused source like my body. So that'll be for speed purposes.
Speed is 5. Speed is 5. Just need to get the ship going in the right direction.
5. Alright, so Minus is going to keep guiding Dr. Carey. And then, so you guys have that station going. Do you want to set one of the other crew members in there so you can keep doing other stuff?
Yeah, it should be
Yes,
pretty
yes.
easy to hold it there now that it's, I would think.
Fred's like a plasma. He's
Yeah,
like,
Fred.
I'm not scared of being
Yeah, I think-
electrocuted. He just coats it with himself and just kind of like, oh, this is kind of like a massage. This is kind of nice.
Love it.
Alright, next.
Just throwing this out there, maybe next turn. I don't think I can do it now, but Axel has the Outlander background, so his feature is a wanderer, and he's very excellent at like remembering maps, directions, things like that. Maybe he can help. Like I said, maybe not this round, but maybe next round. Maybe he can help like put Dr. Carey in the right direction somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Ace, you're with Tolstoy. He's looking around the bottom for other stations to man.
Do we have a sense of how many of these stations there must be in this place?
No idea, Doctor.
No clue.
I'll give you.
I can't,
as a navigator, have a free.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I like reach out to try to figure out if it feels like there should be more? Okay. You said investigation.
Yeah.
Did you say with advantage?
Yeah. Why not? Good idea.
Yeah, sure, why not? Excellent. Right.
I'm just gonna ask that
I got
question. Every
spaceship
roll.
brain. Whoops, I used the guidance.
That's okay. You can.
17?
He's continually guiding you. So.
Yeah. You think there might be five stations.
Five total.
Yes. So having discovered 3, you think there could be another 2 to be discovered.
Where haven't we looked yet?
There are
Passages
of
the ice
those
docks?
like extra big docking areas. There are another 2 like open area, like more open areas that are connected down on the lower deck.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd go down and help Tolstoy with the next search. If I could.
All right, but let's. That was just a free check. Now let's get the ship going in the right direction as well.
The real deal with the Arcana. So this is round 3 navigation check.
Yes.
All right, here goes. That is a 24
Beautiful.
All right.
at speed 5.
All right, you've got 12 out of 35. 2 out of 5 successes. After the next 3 hours, you guys are going to be like hitting the upper limits of needing to actually rest after your day's activities on Hakatha and 9 hours now of navigating the ship. You could try and push past like 1 extra, but we're going to start going into exhaustion levels and things like that.
Okay.
I think
You're muted.
Should we be doing you know on a proper naval ship you sleep in shifts?
You could do that.
We could. Would not sleeping give us a pretty significant head start or like ability to get there before we would have otherwise?
Yeah, I've kind of factored in the idea that you'd need to have at some point, like you're gonna each need to
A long
rest,
rest,
whether
yeah.
that's in shifts
Yeah.
or not. So that's not going to be like a hampering of what I've already worked out. So if you want to push past that and risk exhaustion, then yeah, I'll give you advantage of getting there. And
Okay, it's just an option.
I'll reduce the amount of successes that you need to fall.
Okay. But we still have at least one more shift.
You could push past it if after this last shift. Yep.
Okay, and then so we'll keep it going for now, and then we'll see, kind of talk, and see what we need after this.
All right. Sweet. So we're doing more searching for up
Yeah.
to 2 more stations.
Kevin and Vina will try to hack that one station that they're working at together at. So, I think they hacked it already. Is that right? No, I think they're manning it this round. They found it,
Yes.
they hacked it,
Yes.
and they're manning it.
That's correct. They need to man it now.
Okay, so he will go ahead and try again with his... Ooh, I think that's it on the nose, 15.
That's on the nose, yes.
Right, so that
Right.
station is now active with Kevin
Are
and Vina.
they helping Dr. Carey, or are they increasing speed?
I think we need speed, right? Like,
Oh, well, let's do the math.
yeah, I
if
know,
we
mathematically,
have,
I'm like,
we're at speed 5, and we have to go 13.
We're at 12.
We have to go 30. No, we need 35.
We have to go 23 more.
We have 23 more clicks. So it's going to be at least 5 more. Yeah, I think maybe another little batch of speed might be.
All right, speed
Wait.
6.
wait, hold on a second. We're at 12, and we need to get 23.
We need to get 35.
Yeah, so we need at least 23 more speeds, and 3 divided by 3 is 7-ish, right? So,
Well, yeah, 24 or 23 divided by 3 is slightly lower than 8. It's like 7.87, I think, or something
Yeah.
like that.
can we even make it?
Yes,
can?
there is the ability, which I was waiting for the speed to increase.
I
But
see.
as you've increased to speed 6, Dr. Carey becomes aware that he could do a last-ditch effort to put the speed of the ship for a sustained period of time at the risk of his own exhaustion, with full steam ahead and double the speed of the ship for a segment.
Oh, I see. Oh. Nice. And also, if we push through the sleep, we'll be able to get some time. But okay, yeah. So they hack that station at speed.
Okay, let's go into 6.
So yeah, I think maybe at speed 6 we might want to start moving towards helping me actually succeed at this after this. But
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna do with my Wanderer trait. Axel's Wanderer trait was I was gonna try to help you navigate the star map that's in front of you. 'Cause
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if we can get one or two more stations to kind of do something similar.
Yeah, but I think Ace and Toy Stoy are still
Yes.
scouting.
Well, mine. I don't know if mine would be a station though. It would just be looking at.
I think
the
you're up
star
in the.
map.
I think you're up in the
I'm
helm
still-
area with us now.
Yeah.
You start doing Sominius' creepy thing where you put your huge paws on each side of my head.
No, I think he's just like pointing shit out, being like, well.
I'm like trying to point it out, and you're like, move your fucking hair.
Yeah, we're all just like touching Dr. Carey.
Yeah, I think I'm imagining what Axel would need to do is kind of like take the star chart and kind of go up to one of the lookouts and kind of go, actually, this is where we are, and like figure out physically where the ship is.
Right.
Yeah,
And then with
perfect. Yeah,
messaging
that'll
from
work.
Dr. Carey, like
Okay.
tilt a little bit. It's gonna get us better angle there, kind of thing. So like
Right.
the lookout map connection from rather than just being like a mental.
No, that's
thing.
a perfect explanation. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's what he'll do.
Okay.
Give them help.
Nice.
Nice.
Definitely.
I think that using a
Three
trait just
degrees
automatically gives Dr. Carey
4
advantage.
degrees up.
Cool.
Very nice.
Alright, Tulsa, we gotta find another one so we can make us go faster or give us more stability.
Okay, I think I know what I'm doing now.
I know you do. I've seen them. I think we can, between us, we can find one. My Arcana is not that good.
Well, it's investigation too, right?
That's even worse. We're gonna go for it though.
He's got a +2 if that beats yours.
I have a +2.
Okay. Actually, I'm not so sure.
It's gotta be another one down here.
Yes,
It's
we
gotta
should just
be.
keep
We're
looking.
not-
I'm sure. Try again.
Right.
All right, Dr. Carey.
All right, this is it. All right, so now I have advantage from Axel's navigation help. I think that is all my modifiers. For Arcana. And the guys. Ooh, nat 20 there for a 30 in total. Goodness gracious.
Alright, that is 2 successes.
Ooh, very nice.
Go.
We're at 4.
And I'm going to give you speed and a half as well. So I'm going to add 9, taking you to 21.
There you go.
Nice.
Now we're
Woo,
cooking.
it's a little too fast, don't you think?
Oh, no, this is great.
Keep it going, Carrie.
Do you want to tell us what suddenly clicked for Dr. Carey there?
Yeah, I think she's been trying to puzzle over this whole candle thing. She said, I don't get, you don't add to candle. What the hell is Vina talking about? And then she sort of realizes there's sort of having an all oddities sort of surrounding her. There's another Thrycreen electric glute man over here, and just something happened where she's like, oh, she doesn't mean candle, she means stoking the furnace, and she sort of pulls energy from them and just blah.
Nice. Excellent. Cool. That will bring us to the need for sleep. Or your decision, if you pull through it, then I'll say we don't need a roll, because you've already got 4 successes. You would achieve the success so long as everyone's able to not collapse under the exhaustion. Or you can just all get a good rest and continue chancing your arm the next day, knowing that you must be pretty set on course at this stage.
I think we should probably rest because we're not sure what situation we're going to be flying into.
That was kind of what I was thinking, at least in shifts.
Yeah,
because we did just have a major fight where some of us even died. We're all
Yeah, so the captain will say, "All right, we can't enter this potentially hostile territory exhausted because we'll probably end up dead or worse anyway. So we need to rest." Doctor, how are you feeling?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna complain if I can take some time off.
McKibben
I definitely think
that he was happy to take over.
Captain.
Yeah. The captain, Dominius will say, "Okay, you can."
Estria as well has been resting this time.
Yeah. So I'll say, "Estria, watch him."
Tolstoy probably doesn't need any sleep on Vipity. He can maybe
Yeah. Von Bipity and Estria will kind of stay guard.
Estria is spell capable, so she could actually navigate instead of probably the speeds that McKibben could achieve, but he could keep the ship moving steady and not risk any whatever McKibben potentially might have in mind, although he might just be innocently offering his assistance.
Yeah,
sure, it's that.
There's like, I mean, you were communicating with the other Tyrant ship, right? Like that's something the navigator can do, is send out messages to other ships.
When you're close enough, absolutely.
When you're close enough. Okay.
So in fact, I'll have Estria. I'll be like, no, McKibben. All of us will rest. Estria has been resting, taking her rest so that she can take over for us. And Tolstoy will man a station to kind of assist in that, and the rest of us will rest for now.
Okay. So you've all gotten a long rest.
Very nice.
However, your sleep this evening is disturbing.